Hello, knockouts. Tanya TKO here. All right. So listen, we are back live again. I need you all to let me know if my mic is sounding nice. Check 1. My mic sound nice. Check 2. All right. So here we are. We're back in the building, and we are going to turn on the phone lines, right? We're going to turn on the phone lines. So just give me 1 second. Let me just make sure that we got the phone lines up and running. All right, so let me just make sure. All right, welcome in everybody, welcome. Welcome. All right, so the phone lines are open, 323. Let me get oops, that's not the right one. Here we go. All right, so there's the phone number down at the bottom of the screen. And we're going to open it up for a few phone calls, and we're just going to be talking about how to end this war between Black men and Black women. Oh, wait, 1717 is coming out the gate with some smoke. She said, nah, we ain't fixing S. BM wanted smoke, so BW ain't stopping till the wheels roll off. Oh, Lord of mercy. Hey, Ivana, welcome in, everybody. Welcome. All right, so phone lines are open. The number is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And we're just going to be on for a short while because I just want to gather a few answers, because when we were on our last broadcast, you all said that you wanted to talk about this, but I am a little bit tired, so I'm not going to stay on very long. So I'm going to open up the phone lines, take a few phone calls from the people who wanted to come through, and then we're going to do it that way. All right, so 323-488-3149. Hey, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's see. So Alyssa is saying there is a war against Black women coming from Black men. They need to stop acting like this wasn't started by them. The misogyny, the violence, the colorism. And so I want to hear, we may be able to dive in and do a full show on this. Oh, wow, look at this. So let me see. It looks like YouTube is not doing what I want them to do. So I need to go into my channel real quick and fix something. I need to fix the thumbnail. It's supposed to be my logo with the word live on it, but it's not doing it. And this is very sad. All right, so I don't know what to say. It is, hold on, give me 1 second. Let me just fix this real quick. Your videos. It is, hold on, give me 1 second. Hold on. So the phone lines are open. You can call in now, but I need to just fix this thumbnail. I really wish that there was a way to, just problems on YouTube. For what reason, I don't know. I'm just sick and tired of a lot of this foolishness, honestly. I didn't think that it would ever happen, but I'm beginning to I don't know. I'm not really as enthused about content creating as I was before. So many hoops to jump through, and it's like they really stop you from being able to create the content you want to create. All right. Oh, Ivana didn't get to hear the last live. All right, so listen, we are here. Okay, I just added it. I just added the live icon on the thumbnail. I just added it. So I don't know if the phone line is not ringing or we're just not hearing it. So who has the answer? Who has the answer? Does Princess Fula have the answer? Does S. Turns have the answer? Does no one have the answer? This was the topic you all wanted to talk about. Okay, there we go. So let's see. I'm sorry, I heard it ringing, but I didn't see that it was ringing from somewhere. So I don't know what was going on. I didn't see it ringing. So ugh. I think I had something wrong going. Let's see. Let's try this again. Hello.
Hey, Tanya, I want to chime in with today's discussion of the topic.
Okay, so let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay.
Well, first of all, what's your name? And we need to do an audio check first and foremost.
Okay, well, I'm a repeat caller. This is actually Chaco.
Hey, Chaco. How are you? Chaco Cat?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. So how is her audio, everyone? How does her audio sound? I need to know if I need to turn it up, down. What is it that you all are hearing? So they say that you sound good. On a scale of 1 to 10, how does her audio compare to mine? So Bobby is saying maybe the answer is to build a sanctuary and go to it, because as long as we are integrated, too many other influences will poison us. Well, you know what? Before we were integrated in Africa, Black men let the white man in and allowed the country to be ravaged. So I really don't know. So they're saying that there's an echo, but they can hear.
Is there still an echo? Because I'm not near the computer. I'm in a different
No,
room.
it's probably not coming from you. It's probably coming from me because you know what? Maybe if I listen through the headset, and then turn off the volume through the computer, because the echo is probably coming from the sound. Give me 1 second. Let me just fix this. So you said this is Choco Cat, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Hello? Okay, so I can hear you through the headphones. Let me just turn off the speaker part. Let's see. All right, say something now.
All right, microphone check.
Okay, perfect. So I don't hear you anymore through the thing. So it should be good to go now. So say something now and just and see whether or not they can hear an echo.
All right, room, hello. This is Chaco. Can you hear echo? Is everything loud and clear?
Okay, so they say it's better. So go ahead then. Let's hear.
All right, Tanya. So I actually tried to do this a few weeks ago in a room, actually with a bunch of African American men that was supposed to be Pan-African men at that. And the thing I keep hearing from them, and we're going to keep hearing from all men on the continent here, you all are feminists, you not submissive, you this, you that. And or they'll say, you're too emotional. So it's like, it's no matter what, they're complaining. And the thing is this, Tanya, since we've been in this country, when has a black woman had the opportunity? Hold
on for 1 second. I'm sorry. I was getting some bad feedback. So now I need to put my own headphones in a different area. Say something now.
Okay.
All right, this is much better. Go ahead. Now I hear you perfectly. So the last thing I heard was that that we're feminists, this, that, and the other.
Yes, they're always accusing us of being feminists, and I'm like, no, we want to be women and we want you to be men. We want to play our roles, but then they're screaming feminist, feminist. But when you think about it, when this country was set up, before this country was set up, the black woman was brought over. When have we ever had the opportunity to just be feminine? Since the start, before this country, we were picking cotton. We were taking care of the slave master and his wife while she was being feminine. But when have we ever had an opportunity to be feminine? We were brought over here to be property, to be work mules. We never had the opportunity to be feminine. So for them to scream feminist, 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 that is not a construct natural for Black women to want to be feminist. But actually, since we brought over here, we never had the opportunity just to enjoy our femininity at all.
Well, let me
But
ask you this question though. Is there a difference between being a feminist and being feminine? Because I think that those are two different things. You could be a feminist without being feminine at all.
and I totally agree. I totally agree. But then we talk up and ask the Black man, what about him? What is his role? What is oh, you're trying to be demanding, you're trying to be controlling, you want to be the man when we're just trying to be accountable. So and then they'll say you're emotional. What's wrong with emotional? We are women. We are supposed to be emotional. We're supposed to cry hard and laugh harder. That's part of being our feminine nature. We are like more fragile creatures. So what they want us to man up and be hard and not very emotional. But then you're screaming, "Oh, you're being feminist. You're being hard like a man." But then they cry when we're our natural emotional state.
Oh, how
So it's like
interesting.
so it's
So
like you
what
can't
you're
win.
saying is they don't want you to be feminine and emotional, but when so then oh, okay, that's very interesting.
Yes. So, but like the prior person posted, it's just to the point, Tanya. We have, like a lot of people here, post-slave syndrome, and we are post-traumatic. Look, our men were brought here to be just breeders and workers. We are brought here to just be workers. We never had an opportunity from the get-go since we've been on this continent to be our true selves. And the best thing for women is to look forward to the men of the continent. And I know you'll hear people say, "Oh, those women have problems too." Well, there's some guys that want to start from scratch, just like we want to start from scratch. You know, so and maybe we are the outliers, but I'm just kind of doing the towel when it comes to men in America. But I know more people might want to chime in, so I am going to definitely pass the mic on to the next caller.
Um, okay. Well, all right. I will let you do that. I will let you do that. Thank you so much for calling in.
All right.
All right. All right. So I think that's interesting. What was the point of feminism? What was feminism attempting to accomplish? Feminism, from what I saw, was attempting to get equal rights for women. We also talked about this in a video 2 weeks ago, how feminists are actually the perfect compatriot for Black men who want to be 50-50, because those feminists are like, oh, well, you know what? I want to participate in XYZ sort of way. So, yes, the traditionalists that Black men call feminists. And yeah, it's very interesting. And so Nikkei is saying that feminism started for white women. It was never for Black women. Let's see. We got another call coming in. All right. You are on the air live. What is your name? I can't hear you. There's no sound coming from you. I'm not getting any sound. Maybe you can hang up and then call back in, because I'm not getting any sound. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Your phone just wasn't producing any sound that I could hear. So I'm sorry. Okay. So a lot of you are saying that feminism is for white women. And Christine is saying, I don't believe that there's a war. Let's see if we can hear this one. Let's see. right, you're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
What'd you say? I'm sorry, my phone was cutting out, but I just took it off the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, no, I said what you're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, this is Ivana. Good
Hey,
to be on the line.
hey everybody, it's Ivana on the line. I'm getting feedback through your phone. It's an echo.
No, is it better now?
Hold on. Yeah, I don't hear it anymore. All right.
Okay. I had to move out of it to a different room here because sometimes that room is a little weird. But I would say, as far as the war between Black women and men,
Mm-hmm.
of course, I know that you say, like, yeah, we're not talking about specifics, but I don't know. Maybe I feel like it depends on the class of men. And I know a lot of people on your channel normally talk about dating outside of AOS Black men, but I've actually encountered a lot of AOS Black men that are affluent that don't necessarily war against Black women. But I know that some of my friends say that my perspective could be jaded, or I'm sorry, not jaded, but skewed, because I might be like their ideal, right? So I think that sometimes Black men treat certain Black women in a certain way, and they treat other Black women in another
I'm on a
way.
live
And I can
broadcast right
kind of
now.
see,
It's okay.
and I can see the difference in, like, maybe just some of the stories that they say. And I think that that's because maybe my identity comes with some privileges, but I'm not a light-skinned Black woman or mixed or something like that. But I think sometimes the way that I talk, or my just certain phenotypes, could lend me more, I don't know, positive treatment maybe from Black men, but I don't know. I think
So what is
that
it
I
that you're
have
trying
heard
to say, Ivana? What are you trying to say?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to say that I don't know if the war with Black women is necessarily prevalent through all classes. Do you think that it is prevalent throughout all classes? Because I don't really necessarily see it with the affluent men, but I definitely do see it. I grew up in a lower income neighborhood, and I think maybe more so then I did see it, because you have like the extreme colorism, and just extreme disrespect that you get from Black men. So I don't know. I guess that's my
So what you're saying is that you feel that the war between the quote unquote war between Black men and Black women only exists in, it's kind of like maybe a lower class kind of thing, because the men that you're coming into contact with don't seem to have, you said something about you being a preference of some sort. So I wanted you to expound upon that a little bit so we can understand what you mean.
I think that I've heard from Black men that the way that I speak, or the family that I come from, coming from like a two-parent household, coming from like a Christian family, also being able to carry myself in a professional way, I guess, in certain settings, really helps. But I also think it's certain phenotype things too. So some Black men, I think they really fetishize like 3A or 3B hair, which I have like sort of coily hair. I definitely don't have like a mixed person's hair, but I think that they will say, oh, well, your hair is curly enough textured, right? It's about being within this certain metric that they have, I guess, of like not too Black, which I think that is toxic. And I guess that's still what, featureism, not necessarily colorism, but featureism maybe. Maybe it is mixed with colorism though too, but I think that probably does influence things.
Well, you know what? I'll say this, right? One of the things that I definitely want you and anyone else out there to look out for is getting gassed, getting gassed
Right.
into
Like
thinking.
gaslight?
No, getting gassed, like gassed up, like helium, so that you're floating and you think that you're on a level that you may not be on because you're being gassed, right? So, because what it sounds like you're saying, and people in the audience can respond as well, it sounds like you're saying what a lot of these white women come out and say. So there are people who are saying stuff in the audience, and Ivana is a chocolate complexioned young lady
Yeah.
who works in the medical field. You seem short in your videos. How tall are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty short. I'm 5'4".
Really? Because you look like you're 5'3". You look like a little bug.
Yeah, pretty short.
Yeah. And so, but one of the things is, right, you are also, what are you, 23, 25 now?
24.
All right, 24. Okay, so one of the things that I don't want you to do is I don't want you to discount other people's experience because there may be people who are gassing you up. Because one of the things that's going to happen is you're going to be attracting older men who are going to come forward trying to blow hot air up your ass. So, like on average, what are the ages of the men that are approaching you and are telling you these types of things like, oh, you speak so well, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. What are their ages that are coming out saying this to you?
25 to 33. 33 is probably like the oldest I've dated.
Okay. So one of the things that I want you.
I definitely don't think that in my mind, I don't think that I have like the higher, I'm not like a part of the hierarchy when it comes to featureism or, colorism or whatever. But my sister and my best friend that are beautiful, like modeled beautiful, but they are darker skinned, they tell me, yeah, you don't really have the colorism experience though because of you being middle skin. But I don't know if that's necessarily right. But they sat me down and they feel like that I can't necessarily involve myself in being in like the dark skin girl group. But I identify as like a brown skin, dark skin girl. So it's weird to me, or middle skin at least. So I don't know, but they're the ones that changed my perspective on things because they said, well, no, you have this and you have this and you have that, and that's why you're able to have these sorts of relationships with Black men.
Yeah, oh, how do I put this?
It's weird to me.
How do I put this so that I can be the most loving that I can be to most people involved, right? Ivana, you're young and there's a lot of things that you don't know yet. And your naivete is an asset to some people. And your naivete is part of what has you on the phone saying, oh, well, I don't think that this exists, with affluent men, when the numbers say different. Most of the Black men who marry interracially are the most affluent of us. So yes, colorism does exist. And what happens is these men, they go and they say, oh, well, it's these women are too loud and they're too this and they don't carry themselves a certain way, et cetera, et cetera. And I think one of the things that we've got to do is we've got to look at a broader swath of the population and take into account other people's perspective. And I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to say this. Somebody sent me a video. This guy I used to date back in the day sent me a video from when I was 21, right? And I was looking at myself navigating through the world as a 21-year-old. I was watching this video last night and I was listening. My voice was different. I was just laughing at stuff that wasn't funny. And I was just in that 21-year-old realm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to say that I was an airhead, right? I don't want to say that I was an earhead, but there were ears that I was putting on in this attempting to try to get to know who it is that I am and who it is that I want to be. So, Ivana, you seem very fun and bubbly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's some men who could mistake that for something else, right? They could mistake it for a person who is pliable, a person who is
Right.
naive enough to be able to listen to them say, oh, these other women, they just speak a certain way, they just act this way. And that's part of the reason that they're not giving you any pushback. Part of the reason that they could be giving you pushback is because they may not know how brilliant you are. You know what I mean? Because there have been some times that you called in acting a little effervescent, shall we say? I don't know what other way to say that they'll I don't know how to put it.
I get
But
it.
there have
Please.
been there have been times that you've called in and you were bouncing around and kind of like, you know what I mean? And so that's attractive to certain men. So in their ignorance, they could be like, oh, it's the way that you speak. Yes, of course, with the high pitched voice and the giggles and everything. Yes, the way you speak could be something that's very attractive to a person who is interested in a certain something, you know? Am I making
Yeah.
sense to you?
Hmm. Yeah, and now that you say something about the numbers, because a lot of videos talk about starter wives, so it could be
Hold on for a
me
moment. Hold
being
on,
able
hold
to.
on, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just need to say something.
Mhm.
Um, there's a person here named CEO DNP. CEO DNP, you are one of the people that I came out and decided to broadcast this video live again this evening, even though we had already done an hour before. You had a question. You all had expressed that you wanted me to come back out live. Now you're talking about my face and then using the B word. I don't care how many
What?
asterisks that are in there. I don't have a resting bitch face. I'm not a bitch. There's no bitch over here. Okay. Don't get blocked on my channel. This will be your one warning. On my channel, on my platform, we do not call women misogynistic names like bitch and hoe, skank, scallywag, but we don't call women those names. And don't talk about my face when I am exhausted and I'm continuing to do live video, for people like you who had an interest in me doing this video. So be happy that you see any fucking face. All right. Because there are many vloggers who just don't even show their faces, especially having these hard conversations. So sit your black ass down and cálmense, okay? Tranquilese, just chill out. If you want to call in, but let's keep our composure, all right? Because if you can't control yourself, I will, and I hope that's very clear. Anyway, nonetheless, Ivana, you were saying.
I said a lot of channels talk about starter wives, so it could be that they think that I could build with them or something like that, and then they can level up to a lighter or wider woman, because that is what a lot of the numbers show now that I'm thinking about it.
Mm.
But is that is the war on families? Is that what we're meaning by war between black women and black men?
Well, you know what? The question wasn't mine. There were people who asked whether or not Black women and Black men were at war, and that's why I titled the video this way. I don't know if there's a war. I have never really sat down to think about it. In order for there to be a war, there would have to be some sort of gain, like somebody is trying to gain something. Who is trying to
Right.
gain from this warfare? What are men trying to gain? What are women trying to gain? Is this a fair fight? Is there a war or slaughter going on? So I don't know. So that's other people's words. So if you wanted to ask people in the audience what they feel about the word war, um, just you can do that. But in terms of the whole
Yeah, that's
starter wife thing, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate when women get married so young that they don't know themselves, because by the times that they do know themselves, what it is that they wanted when they were 46 is a lot different than what it is that they wanted when they were 26. What you want at 35 is a lot different than what you want at 25. So when women go out and they get married really, really, really young, inexperienced, it can lead to all types of issues coming down the pipeline. And also, I mean, is she a starter wife? I guess that would depend on the guy, and
Right.
I'm sorry?
I said, yeah, that is true. I said, right.
Yeah, so I just it really depends. Like, are you like, is it the guy already in his purpose, in his truth? Is he living his life in the way in his destiny? Is he a man that's in command of his life and where his life is going? Because I think the starter wife conversation really centers on a man who gets a woman who accepts him in his bumdom or in his come up, and he
Right.
gets that type of woman. And we talked about this in the course, Will My Man Be Wealthy? There's certain characteristics that a man who's going to be wealthy exhibits, and there are certain characteristics that a man who just it's hit or miss. So like some of these men on their ascend, they don't want to be alone, they want to be with someone, but they will be with a person who will accept. Like, if you accept a man who will F you in the basement with dog feces around.
Ew.
Listen, and we talked about this in one of my videos. We talked
Yeah, I
about this.
know.
If
Oh,
you're that
that was
type of woman,
terrible.
if you're the type of woman who will let a man with an ashy chapped penis enter you raw, you know, he's going to want to be able to level himself up. And if he thought he wasn't SHIT before, the type of woman who is with a man who ain't SHIT, is definitely going to stick in his mind. I hope that understands.
Yeah, I think that I'm definitely going to have to listen to people's responses and seeing what they mean by war. I think that my perspective is very much in a bubble sometimes because I'm thinking about like my immediate family or, you know, just people in my family and things like that. But once I get some clarity on what the definition of war is between Black women and Black men, I think that'll be a little bit more easier for me to understand. Unless they're talking about like bashing between Black women and Black men, I guess that could be considered war because there is aggression there that I see on the internet. But I'm gonna hop
Yeah.
into the comments and
Well,
see
you
what
know
they
what?
mean,
That
though.
that could be it as well. That could definitely be it. It definitely, it could be the bashing. It could be a lot of different things. So I guess somebody who thinks that there's a war can call in. I don't know whether or not there's a war. I know that there's discord. And does that discord exist only in certain circles? I think the discord exists in the heart of certain people. And I think that discord in their heart, when there are many different people who have a similar discord, I think that it becomes a larger number of how it's presenting. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll definitely be listening to everybody's responses in the chat area and I'll
Okay.
ask them some more questions. But this definitely was a good conversation. Thank you for having me on air.
Wonderful. Thank you for calling in. You have a great evening.
Thank you, you too.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. So the phone lines are open, and it's like, I don't know how many people just can't see the screen. It's like there are people who are like, there's a person who's like, how do I call in? And this is a person who wants to claim to be a leader. And it's like, it's not like people are not posting the number in the room. It's not like it's not ticking, scrolling across the bottom of the screen. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Alyssa.
Hi, Alyssa. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. What is your comment?
So I just wanted to, I was actually the one who said that there's a war against, I made a comment, I can read it out loud.
Okay.
There's a war against Black women coming from Black men. They need to stop acting like this wasn't started by them. The misogyny, the violence, the colorism. I was the one that made that comment. And I just
Hold on, I'm
wanted
sorry.
to,
I'm going to block this
Mhm.
this person. I'm sorry. That's it. I just give one warning. I don't have the patience. It's like people want to try to pretend like they are big and manly, but they are too inept to be able to see digits scrolling across the screen, too inept to be able to scroll up and see the constant amount of times other people are putting the phone number in. You can't lead anybody anywhere when you don't know your ass from your elbow. That's it. We're not children here. We're not children. We're adults. All right, go forward. Go forward.
When the topic was first brought up in the last video, it was really ironic to me that a Black man was the one that posed the question about the supposed war that's going on, because it kind of reminded me of, like when white people talk about, oh, there's a race war, this, that, and the third. But what they fail to realize is that it's not so much of a war, because someone in the comments, I think their name was Apple Girl, she made a comment that said, men are at war with us, but we're just trying to defend ourselves as we should. So it's very similar to the whole race war thing that white people want to say, oh, there's a war, when really people are trying to defend themselves against attacks. So in terms of the comment that I made, I think that really, I don't even want, I'll call it a war against Black women. Let me say that. So I think that the war comes in many different forms. I think it's across different ages and class as well. Whether it be, whether we're talking about violence, erasure, or if we want to talk about, let's talk about what Black men are doing across the economic and social classes. As of right now, they're saying that roughly 17 to 25% of Black men are out here voting for Trump.
I saw that. I saw that. Yeah, I saw it at 18%. I saw that at 18%. Yeah.
That's scary. And whether they want to admit it or not, they are only really voting for him because they think that somehow his power is going to trickle down to them, so that they can unfortunately try to use that power against Black women, because Trump is, the epitome of what is wrong with white racist patriarchy America. And the fact that they're participating in that's a form of, I guess you could say, an attack against Black women. The violence, the domestic violence, they want to talk about, oh, abolish the police. And I don't want to come off as, a coon, so to speak. But the thing is, I'll even speak about my personal experience. When I was having a possibly unsafe situation with a Black male that I was dating, I had to call the almighty white man. So what would we do if there were no police? So, the domestic violence, then if you want to go into, I guess, the marriage aspect, they're trying to essentially breed Black women out. They want their children to be lighter and lighter. That's another form of war, so to speak. They don't think that, the typical phenotypical Black woman is attractive. So, it's not even necessarily a direct, how can I say this? They're not always, they do actually come out on the internet and say foul things, but even if they're not saying foul things, you see it in their actions. I wasn't in high school that long ago, and I saw who they took to the prom, who they considered pretty, who they, ended up marrying. And then when we look at the marriage rate, like you said, Black men are out here dating interracially. Was it 3 times the rate of Black women? And
I don't know the exact percentage. I don't know, but I think it's at least twice.
Yeah, at least twice. And then, my question is, okay, and the Black women that they are marrying, we've seen that Black love commercial. What do they really look like, though?
Well, I think that, okay, so when it comes to Black men, Black women, and who it is, so right. So there is an unfortunate trend towards lighter complected women in the African American community. And the worst part is that these women know that, and they use it as a form of esteem, and it's so strange. I can't imagine why anybody would really feel esteem over that. But there was something I wanted to interject on, and it was, the police being abolished.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to the defund the police campaign, it's not about abolishing the police. If there are people out there who is saying abolish the police, those are definitely people who want anarchy. But with the defund the police, those are people who want for certain funds to be able to go to other services that the police don't necessarily need to be called out for, like mental health crises and stuff
Yes,
like
of
that.
course.
So abolishing the police and defunding the police are two different, yeah. So definitely we need police. We need people to come out and police. But when a person is having a mental health crisis, we don't need the police for that. When there's a social work issue, you know what I mean? So I can
Yes,
understand that. So
I
yeah.
think that unfortunately there is a portion of Black men who want them abolished altogether. So
I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are.
They can just, run rampant, and then all Black women are just, SOL essentially.
Yeah. So you know what? I do think I have to agree with you. I do think that there is a war on Black women out there in the community. There's a war on Black people within our nation. But is there a war between Black men and Black women? I guess that's the question. Is there a war? And I am leaning towards what you're saying, like where people are like, oh, there's a race war coming. When really some people are just trying to mind their Black ass business. They ain't worried about what you do. What you talk about? We down here just trying to enjoy life. You talk about some stupid ass shit, saving up beans in your damn garage and buying all these damn guns for what? We just trying to have some fun in this life.
The powers are unequal as well,
because we ain't interested in that.
It's not even I wouldn't even say it's a war, because to say it's a war is to say it's a fair fight, and it's not.
Exactly. All right, well, you know what? Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right then. Bye-bye. All right, the phone lines are open. I'm just going to take a few more phone calls. We're only going to talk for an hour, and then we're going to jump out of here. I think an hour is a good amount of time. So if you wanted to get your call in now, because we're only going to be here for a little while longer. All right, you're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, Tanya. Hi, this is Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. How are you?
Okay, so I was just listening to the discussion.
Are you the same person who cursed me out on a live broadcast a few months back?
Of course not.
Okay.
I never do that.
Okay.
In fact, I don't even use those words in my vocabulary.
All right, then. All right. Go ahead.
No way.
All right.
I called it. But I'm calling because I think, from what I'm seeing and hearing and looking through the internet and watching stories in society, I feel as though the Black men have a war with the Black woman. And where I think the war extends in that is that the Black women is not allowing the Black men to degrade them or disrespect them or make them feel low self-esteem about their self.
Okay.
I noticed the Black men keep saying they want to be the leaders, submissive, and stuff of that nature.
They said they can't hear you. They need you to speak up. I tried turning up the volume from my end.
Can you hear me now? Is this better? Hello?
Yeah, let's see if it is better. Keep talking.
Okay, because they keep saying that the Black women are not allowing the Black men to be leaders. We're not being submissive and stuff of that nature. But what they fail to realize, we as Black women understand leadership as submissive. We've been like that all our life with the Black men and with other nationalities too, or ethnic groups. And we are saying to the Black men, we would no longer allow the disrespectful, verbally, physical abuse, or belittle.
Mm-hmm.
We are showing the Black men we are just more intelligent than the other nationality or women or whatever. And it's not so much the Black lady mad, because I don't feel as though the Black lady is mad because the Black man is dealing with the other women of color, the white women. We're saying to the Black men, It's fine to date if that's who you want to marry and date, but don't take your economically or your finance to their community and leave the black women with nothing to take care of the children that we have bear for y'all.
Okay.
And then when the other community decide they no longer want you, or when they kick you to the curb, they'll come back looking for us. Because you don't put nothing in the bank, it's nothing to come back and withdraw from.
Got you.
And so what the black man has allowed themselves to do, because of the way they're thinking towards their own black sisters or family, is that we have been always their support factor. Okay?
Okay.
Now, as they turn and looking back, the support factors is not there because we as black women is trying to help support ourselves and look out for ourselves, since the leaders or the men that are strong is no longer in the community and don't want to be in the community.
Okay.
What they're doing, this is what they choose to do. Okay? Because through history, all other nationality of men make sure their finance stay within their community to develop their community, the legacies.
Yeah, but you know what? Let's pause for just one moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Black women definitely need to vet the type of Black men that she is birthing children to. You know, giving birth to children out of wedlock, giving birth to children with a man with a plan and no action for the plan. You know, we definitely need to make sure that we are being more guarded with our wombs. Go forward.
And that is correct. This is true. But for the men's nowadays, I see the men. I'm married for 21 years, thank the Lord, to a black man, happily married. But I'm saying what I'm seeing is that the men nowadays don't really have no vision. The people without vision perish.
Okay.
The only vision I see that the black men have is for their stuff and what they want to do superficially. And I mean, it's nothing concrete or stable.
Okay. Well, you know what? Definitely, I think that there's definite need for more mentorship. Part of the issue is that all of the relationship gurus that we see out there, the male ones, are all focusing on what women need to be doing, what women need to change, and not many of them are really reaching back and helping young men.
And that's what I'm saying. They leave it. They want people to respect them, but they're not showing no leadership towards the black women or the women. I'm saying not showing no leadership. So how can you respect for somebody to follow you if you're not showing that? You see?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, they're not looking within themselves saying, okay, what am I doing? What must I do?
Well, you know what? Listen, I ain't about having all these conversations. I'm gonna make my matchmaking business and hook black women up with black men who want to get married, and just leave all of the other ones behind. This is simple. Just leave them behind. Cut them out the gene pool. It's as simple as that. We as black women really need to listen. The right to medical privacy has been around since the 60s. We need to be more careful with what it is that we do and continue to do what's in our best interest as human beings. So I ain't standing up here having all these conversations. It's like, listen, you know, we talk about black male erasure, right? How black men are getting in these relationships wanting to erase black women, but they're actually really erasing themselves. And I don't, that's what you want to do. You go ahead, erase yourself. That's fine. I'm working with women who want to be with black men who want to get married. Anybody else is outside of that bubble. Let them keep going forward until wherever it is that they're going. This is simple. Okay. I appreciate you calling in.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, so the phone lines are open. We're going to take one more phone call, and then we're going to get out of here because we're only going to be broadcasting for about an hour today, and right now we're at 50 minutes. So I appreciate all of you coming out for this broadcast and voicing your opinions. So I appreciate that. So there's somebody's comments here that I can't see. Somebody named Princess of of the bed wenches, and she's what. Listen, if somebody is promoting what it is that they desire, I listen. It takes all types. Listen, there are some women out there. There's some women out there who are interested in being with Nordic men. There's some women out there who are not. So I respect people's ability to be with who they want to be with. You're in the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Sajada.
Hi, Sajada.
Hi, I'm 24, so I'm pretty young. So I'm just gonna add my little 2 cents to the conversation. I do feel as though there is some sort of conflict between Black men and Black women, but I've noticed that women my age are kind of, living their best life. We're not really, worried about what Black men are doing. Like, we are kind of, career oriented now, and we're just going into different levels of life, and we're realizing that we don't have to follow the same footsteps that were set before us.
Okay.
And we're just, I do see in this war that we're speaking of, but they're kind of going to be warring with themselves in a minute, because we're educating ourselves and we're moving on to different versions of ourselves, and we're not acting the same way, and we're out of their bubble. And I think they're trying to drag us back to their bubble so they can continue to abuse us. So
and that's what I'm saying. Listen, just get with who you want to get with. If you want to come over to my matchmaking service, come over. If you don't. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's many people make the world go round. So yes, I appreciate you calling in and giving your point of view.
Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. So we're going to take one last phone call and then we're going to sum it up. This is because you know what? Life is too short. There's some women who want other women. Some women who want white men. There's some women who want, you know what I'm saying? We go for what you want out there. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Dante, CEODNP.
Yes. Hi. I had to block you because you were acting the fool in the comments. So tell us, what is your comment that you have this evening?
Well, man, I just want to speak generally on the comment about the gender war as far as Black women online creating channels, creating commentary, creating narratives in which it's Black men versus Black women, rather than working on the relationship between Black men and Black women, because we both have issues. Black women have issues with Black men have issues with Black women. And as somebody who really believes in only dating Black women and dating a Black woman who has this new, perspective of which it's like Black men do this and Black men need to do this. And
let me ask you a question, right? How many men's videos are you on talking to these men about their bashing? Have you ever gone over to some of these?
All of them, all of the brothers. I've been listening to many of the brothers online. And I'm about to create my own channel, but I got to create my own brand, and I'm coming with more of a technical perspective as far as the one.
Yeah. So why don't you do that? Why don't you create your own channel? Why don't you mentor some youth? Are you mentoring boys right now? I'm hearing an echo. I'm hearing an echo in your phone.
Well, I got both channels on. I'll cut that off.
Yeah.
Do you still hear the echo?
No, the echo is gone.
Yeah.
So continue to mentor youth, create your own channel, and go from there. One of the things that you have to remember is that after all of these years of abandonment, like the stuff that Black women are saying, name something
years of abandonment.
Yes.
When you say years of abandonment,
hold on. This is what I want you to do, right?
You want me to listen? I understand.
No, I want to ask you a question. I want you to answer the question that I'm going to ask.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay. So name the things that Black women are saying which you feel is untrue? You said Black women are making these channels. What are they saying that you feel is untrue?
All right, look, it's not about what's untrue. It's about not considering the context and the situation that we're in. It's about speaking out against the only person that is actually there.
I really only want you to answer the question, honestly, because I just want to broadcast for an hour. You've been on here since the last broadcast.
Let me correct myself. It's your channel. Go ahead and give me that question one more time.
I want you to answer, what is it that the Black women are saying that you feel is not true?
What they're saying is that Black men are in any way, shape, or form not doing their best to do their best for our Black women.
Are they saying that Black men are not doing their best? Because
absolutely. In every sense, in every word.
Okay, so then let's do this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If this is the best that Black men can do, then I can understand why Black women would leave them. If this is the best.
I didn't say that. You put that in there real quick, so I just want to make
No,
sure
you said that it's not true. If a Black woman says, because I don't hear Black women saying that Black men are not trying their best. I don't hear them saying that. But in your opinion,
definitely saying that.
Listen, you said that this is what you hear. You hear that Black women are saying that Black men are not doing their best. So then, if that is not true, then the truth is that Black men are doing their best. That's the truth, right?
No, it's not the truth.
So are Black men doing their best or not?
The Black men are doing their best with the cards that are given. Let me
hold on. I need to understand that. Answer the question. Are Black men doing their best?
Black men are doing their best given the cards that they are given.
Okay, so then my follow-up is, hold on, right, but I just want, yes, I'm going to let you finish the sentence, but I just want to reiterate, if this is the best, then I can understand why Black women are leaving. So you can continue.
Black women are leaving?
Divesting, yes. If this is the best, I can understand why a Black woman would divest.
That's the move for y'all?
I'm sorry?
Never mind. I'll let y'all have that. But I'm gonna put it like this. Let's say I'm building a football team, and I got the first recruits. I got the first year, a stream of players. Now the first team of players, they don't want to admit that the fact that they're drinking too much. They don't want to admit the fact that they're not coming to practice too much. They don't want to admit the fact that they don't want to invest what it really takes to have a championship team, and they're losing. They want to blame the coaches. The coaches can do more. You guys can always do more, but they never want to take responsibility for the fact that, hey, you guys are arguing with the coaches. You guys are disagreeing with the coaches. You guys are talking shit about the coaches. You're not going along with what the coaches have actually set in the office and try to work out and watch tape after tape to try to figure out, considering what the field looks like, the competition looks like. This is what we need to do. You haven't agreed to the fact or accepted the fact that you're not accepting the fact that we know what we're looking at. You just want to say, oh, things ain't working out. We're not having championships. But, hey, we got the plays. We got the plays.
Yeah, but who's the coaches in the situation?
Black men, always.
So Black men are the coaches. Who are the alcoholic players? Who are those?
Alcoholic players?
Yeah, the players who are drinking too much. Who are those in the scenario?
With all due respect, don't speak about the alcoholic players unless you can actually talk to me and give me names so I can kick them off the team.
No, you're the one who came up with this example. I don't know a good goddamn about football. I know that there's yards and.
What do I call you by? What do I call you?
You don't know my name and you're on my channel, son? Oh God.
Okay, I want
to know who the players are. I don't want a player. I know, but I need you to come to the point. Who are the players and who's the coaches? Are Black men the players and the coaches?
I need my people, Black men and Black women, to let me know which one of these players is not doing what I need them to do, so that I can kick them off of our team, so that we're not losing because of them.
So the Black women are on the other team?
No, black women are on the same team. But if you got Black men that are drinking instead of working out, instead of practicing, instead of watching tape. Come to the black men who want us to win. Me, black men, you, black women, we want us to win. Come to me and tell me that there's black men on my team that instead of practicing, instead of training, instead of watching tape or drinking alcohol, so I can get them the fuck up out of here.
So what you're saying is that who do you need to tell the coach this? Black women or black men?
Both of us.
Okay, so you need black men to come to you and tell you who is not acting right so that you could kick them off the team. Well, how are you going to, what team are you kicking them off? Are you going to kick them off the earth? You killing people now?
Now, I'm kicking them off of the team as far as those black people who are actually for us advancing rather than staying where we are.
So what are you going to do? You're going to remove their melanin so they won't be black anymore?
No,
when you say kick them off the team, what do you mean?
I mean, you doing a real good job of trying to go on backwards, but you messing with the right one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a channel.
Good.
Hold on, not a channel. But I'm going to speak online one time, and I'm going to say my brothers and my sisters have come to me with an issue, and they have let me know that these players are not doing what's necessary for my team to advance. You have to go.
But I want to know what the penalty is, because the penalty in your scenario is kicking them off the team. But how does that relate to real life?
It relates to real life, just like I'm saying it. The penalty is my team will be looking for you to get online and say something. My team will be looking for you to show up to practice. My team will be looking for you to talk to our sisters as if you're men. And we will be confronting you. We will be cutting you off. Every time you try to go to a sister and talk like you're a man, we will confront you and say, you are not a man. Get the fuck up out of here.
So you're going to go into, you're going to fly across the country and stand in front of people's houses?
With all due respect, I ain't got to fly against the country. This is 2020, online, internet.
So how are you going to stop people from while you're online? I just want to understand.
Online is the reason why I can stop people, because we are now in a day and age where I don't have to fly across the country. Everybody is online. All I got to do is check in online, subscribe, and check online and confront people with my intelligence, with my knowledge, and let you or them know what you're talking about is not real. You're saying one thing online, but my people are saying you're doing another thing in practice. You know, you're doing
all right. So let's do an example. So I know a person named DeAndre, right? DeAndre, I know a person named DeAndre. He's not behaving right. So what are you going to do about it online? How are you going to stop him?
Let me tell you this. You got a brother named DeAndre, not acting right?
Yes.
Now you call me a brother who's connected, who actually is working on fixing the situation.
Yes.
And you tell me where's DeAndre from?
He's from Memphis.
So I'm gonna connect with my brothers in Memphis, and I'm gonna say I got a brother named DeAndre. Check out for all brothers named DeAndre. They telling me DeAndre. What? We got 50 brothers named DeAndre.
Okay.
I'm gonna say hold up. TKO, what's the brother's last name?
His name is DeAndre Jones.
All right, hold up just a minute.
This is a fictitious name. A fictitious name.
Okay. But I'm telling you real talk how it goes down.
Okay.
I got a brother named DeAndre Jones. DeAndre Jones. I need a brother named DeAndre Jones. I don't care if there's 20 of them. I want them all rounded up. I need to know DeAndre Jones. What is this brother doing, TKO? What's he doing wrong?
He's not paying his child support.
He's not paying his child support? Oh, we definitely about to get it. We got a brother named DeAndre Jones, not paying his child support. What zip code? You know what I'm saying? What's he look like? Give me a description so we can narrow him down, because we're about to whoop somebody's ass, but we don't want to whoop the wrong person's ass.
Okay.
What's he look like?
Okay, I got you. Well, here's another name, which is a real name. George Zimmerman.
George Zimmerman?
Yes, he's a murderer.
You ain't even got to tell us about him. We already got him on the list. We don't get him, but it's a special type of way because he's got Fed help. You know what I'm saying? He's got Fed help. He's got the police all around him, but we going to get him, sister. We already
here's another name, Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez.
Yes.
Tory Lanez' situation is still getting worked out. We don't want to kill a nigga for no reason. But the situation is, we hearing his version, we hearing her version. Nobody knows what the real version is. But for so far, I'm on your side. It feel like he shot her sister. And I don't give a fuck how acting the fool she was. We don't agree with that, bro. You don't put no bullets in no female's foot because she was disagreeable and shit. So we gonna get at the nigga. He gonna have to explain himself. But let us handle that, sister. Trust us. Let us handle that. If he shot her, he's gone. Don't worry about it.
So the people, listen. All right. So I understand this is too fresh. What's the girl's name? Lashandra Jenkins. She was 15. She bought an orange juice. This was in LA. She bought an orange juice at at an Asian shop, and they thought she was going to steal the orange juice. They shot her in the head. This was about 20 years ago. So
20 years ago.
Yeah, you said this other situation was too new. You were still trying to figure out, right?
Years ago, look, baby, and I'm telling you the truth. My organization is about 10 years old. 20 years ago, it's a little old. So we got a special process.
Okay, 7 years ago, there was a little girl who was shot in her bed, and the people were never prosecuted.
Yes.
They walked.
Do you want something done for real?
I know you ain't trying to implicate me in no stuff on no live broadcast. This is how you doing it now.
You ain't okay. Then you just checking me. I don't want to implicate you. I hear. What's the name again?
Oh my Lord! All I'm saying is, you know what? Listen.
No, matter of fact, all I got to do. Matter of fact, don't say nothing else. I heard you. What's next?
Listen, I appreciate you.
Give me a list. Give me a list of everything you want done, and I'm going to work on it. But that still is not.
But you know what? I'm
working on it. You're working against me. I'm with you.
I'm working against you.
And the whole time, listen. The whole time I'm talking, you just waiting on your chance to talk. But I'm with you.
What you talking about? I'm allowing you to talk.
Listen, baby. Are we gonna work together or are we gonna work against each other? I'm with you. Are you not hearing what I'm saying?
No, because you're hollering now. I'm frightened.
No, okay, so now I heard my sister telling me I'm talking too loud. Watch this. I apologize. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so let me finish my statement. And you let me know if I'm talking too loud.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying. And what I want you to know is that every complaint that you give me, I literally just want you to know that I can take care of that, and I want to take care of that. If for no other reason, just for you to know that you have backup on this planet, but you're disrespecting me online. And I care about you.
Sorry. Listen. I need to say this, right? I'm wondering.
It's just funny.
I'm wondering why.
I'm so serious.
I'm wondering why you need me to give you a list when you said you're expert at this computer thing. There's Wikipedia. There's so many ways for you to do your research. There I go. What do you mean? There I go again.
You said I'm expert.
You said you were expert online. You don't have to do anything in person.
I don't know what to call you. If I say baby and that's disrespectful, just let me know. Because I don't know what to say with you.
Because my name is right here. You on Tanya TKO Live. I don't understand.
But I'm speaking as a brother to a sister. I don't know how to speak to you any other way. I'm from the Midwest, man. You are a black woman. I'm a black man. I only know how to speak to you as a sister. I'm sorry. I apologize. You can curse me all you want to, but I'm going to speak to you.
Who is cursing you?
You're telling me I'm wrong for calling you baby or
well, I haven't said anything. I said my name is Tanya TKO. It's written everywhere. It is literally right here across the screen. It says at Tanya TKO, self-love specialist.
Tanya TKO. Can you listen for a minute?
No, because I was talking and you wouldn't allow me to finish speaking.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You go on and tell me what you need.
I was wondering why you need a woman to give you a list. It's like if you know what needs to be done,
I never said I
then
needed you to
you
give me a
said
list.
you said you needed me to give you a list. You said
But
give
you
me.
understand it out of
You
context.
no. Okay. Now I'm out of context. You said that you will
Tanya,
do anything, but I'm fighting you.
Can we stop for a minute, please? Can we stop for a minute, please? Please.
Go ahead.
I don't know if we online or not. I'm thinking I'm just talking to you, but can we just stop for a minute? So let's express for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
All right, listen. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to disrespect you. I'm telling you. I want you to hear me. I don't want to. I don't want to fight with you. I promise you, I don't. I promise you, I don't. You think it's some gender war, like you proving yourself towards me and me proving my? It's not. It's me, like, really tired. I just went through something. I had a 5-year relationship, and I invested more into this 5-year relationship than I've invested in anything in my life. Now, please don't pick that apart. Just accept it for what it is. I invested more in this 5-year relationship than ever. And the female that I was with, she had this same type of vibe where it was like an argument, and I really want to make you happy, but I have to do what I got to do for myself at the same time. And it's difficult. It's difficult because you want the Birkin bags, you want the savior, you want the Superman, and I'm over here like I want to give you the Birkin bags, the savior, the superhero, but at the same time I got to pay the rent, I got to pay the car bill, and it's like y'all not being realistic. Like I got all love for my sisters, man. Everything that's happened to us, I feel like y'all deserve to be spoiled. Y'all deserve the Birkin bags. Y'all deserve whatever it is y'all ask for. Whatever it is, I don't care how ridiculous. You want us to land on the moon? I'm gonna put my. But y'all, like, if y'all don't get what y'all want when y'all want it, y'all get to disrespecting, and that's never justifiable. There's never a reason for Black women to get online and disrespect Black.
You know what? What you're filibustering right now. You're filibustering.
What's on my life, baby girl. Excuse me, Tanya TKO. On my life, I don't even understand that term. So I'm definitely not doing it because I don't even understand what that means.
Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean you're not doing it.
Oh, okay. Well then, okay. You tell me whatever you want me to tell me, and I'll try to work.
Because if all your life you've been wanting to know this word and it exists in the dictionary, it just
filibustering exists in the dictionary because I've read that motherfucker back to front. I missed that shit, but let me just
what you're doing right now. Listen.
Please don't tell me what I'm doing. Just work with me, please.
No, listen, no. What you need to do is work with yourself. Okay. You need to work with yourself. You got me confused with somebody else. You got me confused. And you are projecting a lot, and you're projecting. You're projecting. Yes, you're projecting something. Like you're saying, I remind you of a person that you were with for 5 years who wanted to fight with you and stuff.
Not remind you. Our sisters now and they have a general.
Okay, so if you would just allow me to continue speaking, because I want to get off of the phone call because I only wanted to be on here for an hour. What you're doing now is you're trying to pump me up with all of these words, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like actions speak louder than words. You're trying to tell me what you want to do and what you wanted this and you wanted that, right? It's like just do. Just do.
Just do?
Yeah, just do.
Can you tell me what I'm doing right now?
Right now, you're talking.
Can you okay, no. Okay, of course we're talking right now. That's like me telling you that the only thing you're doing is talking to me. There's a lot of things that you're doing right now in life. Like you got a channel going on, you're speaking to people, you got a family, you got kids. Can you tell me what I'm doing off of this conversation right now? Can you tell me what I'm doing as a Black man for Black people?
I can tell you what you're saying that you want to do. I can tell you. Yeah, I can. Yeah, because this is the thing, right? I don't know you, dear. You're a voice in a phone who has called me up on my channel not knowing my name after saying that my face was a resting bitch and having to get blocked on my channel for going off. You know what I'm saying? So, right. So one of the things that you're doing is this is the entire the entire macrocosm of our existence exists right here in this phone call. Everything that I know about you existed when you started in the chat, you know, behaving the way that you behaved, which ended up in you getting blocked, to you coming onto the phone and beginning to tell me. So all it is that I know about you is in this world that exists right here. And in this world that exists right here, you have said that, you know, I give you a list of the things that I want done and this, that, and the other, and how I got to work with you, but Black women are working against Black men. How does what was going on with some Black women online affect what Black men need or can be doing behind the scenes? It's like it's like somebody asked in the question.
You let me know when you want me to answer.
Yes, someone asked the question in the comments. How does a woman stop a man from being a man? It's like if you're going to be, if you would stop talking, maybe I could finish my point, and then you can have the floor. You know, when a person finished speaking. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. So it's like this is all I know about you, what it is that you presented. And it's like you're cutting me off, making me lose my train of thought. It's like I have to compete against hundreds of comments moving and you here on the phone stopping me from my train of thought. Like, let me know when you want me to answer. If I'm speaking, then that's not the time for you to answer. I've lost my train of thought now. So you go ahead and just, because it's like you don't really want to have a conversation with me. You want to really start your own YouTube channel, which I encourage you to do. That way you can talk as long as you want.
Is it my turn? Is it okay if I speak now?
I don't like sarcasm. I'm done. Listen, I'm turning off the phone lines right now. I'm not in the mood to play these types of games. You know what I mean? Phone lines are off right now. Listen, I appreciate all of you who have come out to this broadcast. Thank you all so much for calling in and participating. Ladies, I'll say this, right? Ladies, one of the things that you have got to pay close attention to is there's a lot of people out there who got this gift of gab. Every man doesn't like to talk. However, there's some men out there who love to speak. And one of the things that they attempt to do with their speaking is they attempt to get you caught up in a flurry. They attempt to say all of these things that sound nice, but when you start asking questions, holes begin to deteriorate into what it is that they're saying. It's like, okay, of all the examples that I've given, some examples were too new, other examples were too old, some examples were midway. And even those, then you don't know the names, then you this, then you that, and then making these pleas. Oh, you gotta, you're fighting against me. You just gotta let up. No, Black women don't let up. Continue, because listen, I asked him what he said. What were Black women saying that was untrue? And he said the thing that Black women were saying that was untrue is that Black men are not trying their best. And I'm like, okay, well, if this is your best, then why is anyone going to stay around for this? If this is your absolute best, it's like those people out there who have children, right? At some point, you have to be able to be cognizant of what your child's capacity is. Every child is different. Every person is different. People who have friends, you know what your friend's capacity is when you get to know them. The reason why I say child is because you get to see a child from their inception. When they come into this world, you get to see and learn them. When you're in relationship with people, you get to see and learn them from the beginning of the relationship to where it is that you are. And there comes a point where you have to know and understand what a person's full and complete capacity is. And if somebody says, look, this is my best, and your best has the place in tatters, torn up in shreds. If this is your best, then no, I cannot stay around for this. Absolutely not. If this is your absolute best. I remember I got into an argument with a man years ago. I got into this argument. And in the argument, I was like, well, you know what? I was like, you can get better. I was like, you can get better. Things can be better. You can get better. You can learn. You can this. And the man argued me down. And then I said, okay, then you won't be better. This is your best then. And he got offended. So which one is it? Will you be better? Or is this your ultimate best? It's either or maybe you're on the freaking decline. Maybe you're going down. Maybe you've hit the wall. Listen, this is how they want to say it, right? Maybe you're on your way down. Maybe you won't be better. Because I'm like, look, I had to tell him, I was like, look, I'm still growing. I don't think that this is the best that I will ever be. I was like, I will be better than this. But if you feel that this is the best, this is your apex right here, your paramount, that's it. That's it. That's it. I don't know what else to say. That's it. So if we look around, like somebody, I'm going to say this and then we're going to get out of here. Somebody sent me a video the other day. And in the video was a bunch of Black men with bow ties on. They were standing together and they were like, we got to protect the Black woman. We got to this. We got to protect Black women. This Black women is the queen. And I wrote the person back and I was like, actions speak louder than words. And she was like, well, these brothers are Muslims, so they doing the action. And I wrote back and I was like, you know what? Because listen, we all been in this game for a minute. We all been in this game for a minute. We all known Farrakhan all of our lives. I remember I was in high school, I knew of Farrakhan. So I'm like, okay, where's the grocery stores in all these neighborhoods that are food deserts? Where's the health program so that Black women won't be dying in like third world rates? Where's the real estate trust and funds so where's the investment opportunities? Where's the ability for Black people to get loans and let me because I asked these questions. Hold on, because I have too many. Let me because I asked so many things. I want to know. Let me go into my thing because I want to know. Right? Because I asked these questions and I want to know the answers to these questions. Give me a second. Let me log into my thing. Right? Because I honestly, I want to know. Okay, so I said, where are the farms? The banks? Where's the police force? Where's the small business loans, the real estate trusts, the medical services, the legal services? I said, besides looking dapper in suits and bow ties, what is being done? Zimmerman still walks, Breonna killers still walk, and we're all still broke. Only 21% of Black men in America get married, and we still have the preschool to prison pipeline. You coming over here asking me, what is it? There's so many things on the damn agenda. So many things on the agenda. If you want to go out there, where's the investment groups? It's like, okay, Farrakhan, you want to talk about all these things, the stuff that's going on? Okay, wonderful. Yes, oh, yes. I remember I went to Savior's Day years ago and I saw all these people in the room and they talk a good game. But at the end of the day, listen, that was 10 years ago. In these 10 years, I want to know, we are still being killed out here. We are still defenseless out here. It's like, I don't need you as a Black man to come to me asking me what needs to be done. I need you as a Black man to pull up your nut sacks and go out there and just get it done. Not come to me talking about, mommy, give me a list. I'm exhausted. Black women are exhausted. We don't have the bandwidth to handle all that we are handling. And then the Black men who say that they want to do something, now you need for us to come give you a list too, sons? Are you joking? Come on, I don't have the capacity for that. It's like, just go out there and do it. Let us see things getting done. Let us see things getting done. It's like Chicago is a mess. People are dying. Guns and drugs and gangs. And it's a mess out here in these streets. They call these places Chirac, and they have all of these, what is it called in Bodymore? Instead of Baltimore, they're calling it Bodymore, and they got all of these nicknames for these cities where Black women are not safe. And still, on top of all of that, you need to come to me on my broadcast and ask me, mommy, what needs to be done? You can't see. Rotted. You can't see what needs to be done out here. It's like it's frustrating. It's for those of you out there who have kids, and it's like your kids are standing up there. They wanna watch TV and kick up and eat snacks and do all of this stuff, and you looking around at all of the things that need to be done, and they're like, "Oh, you're hard on me," but it's like you can't see. It's like you sitting here next to a garbage can overflowing and you can't see what needs to be done. The stove ain't wiped. The sink got food in it and you can't see none of the things that need to be done. It's like, I don't understand. Google what are the issues plaguing the Black community right now and start working on those things. I'm sorry. This is, I can't. I'm oh gosh, I'm gonna read some of your comments and then I'm gonna let you all go because I want to hear your thoughts. It's like, come on. It's like, come on. What needs to be done? There's a list. And it's like on top of everything else, you still need Black women to guide you. So then if that's the case, then just crown one of us queen. And just because get into our army so that you find the type of warrior woman who wants to lead an army of men and then let her do that. But she has to be the type of woman who is ready, willing, and able to go sit upon the throne as queen. Because definitely, listen, I definitely believe that matriarchal societies work better in terms of congruency for the people, health of the natives, the love and the familiarity that transcends around inside the community. But there has to be a woman who wants to sit upon that throne. It's like coming to just any woman. It's like, on the one hand, you want women to be submissive, but then you want women to lead you too. You know what I'm saying? Some women want to be submissive. Every woman does not want to be up on the throne. And then there's different times for that too. After a long day, 9:30 at night on a Friday night, after I was already tired from my last broadcast, I don't have the bandwidth to be like, here, look, for somebody that I don't know, implicating me in some shit on a live damn broadcast. I don't have that. It's like, listen, I'm from the Bronx. Those who do. Those who don't, talk about it. Don't listen. I don't talk. Even when there's some conversations that start getting prickly, like when I start talking to my father about what we need to do come November 4th, if some of you out there catch my damn drift, I say, Daddy, we don't need to be on the phone anymore. I said, Daddy, we need to find another way to communicate. You know what I'm saying? Or you need to speak in codes, uncrackable codes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how are you going to come to me as a person who's supposed to be responsible, handling business, knowing what it is that you need to do, and you talking some shit that get the feds to roll up on your door and mine, goddamn? Come on. Come on. This is not a game out here. It's not a game, and the people who are not playing know that you don't play those types of games, not in public, not on the phone. Now, if we were on some sort of encrypted personal thing, but no, come on now, come on. Listen, newbie saying some only want instructions, so things go bad, they can blame the instructor. Isn't that what somebody was saying? That's exactly what he was saying. Oh, they want to blame the coach. Yeah, you want to blame the person who gave you some instructions. I ain't getting into that game. I'm smarter than that. And Omega is saying truth. I'm from Philly. I don't know what he thought. He responded to somebody. Ask us to protect and provide for them while simultaneously feigning leadership and demanding submission. Come on now. Testify. Testify. Come on. Black women not coddling black males. That's just some BS to make their failures the black women's fault. BS, don't fall for it. Listen, I'm getting off of here because I'm exhausted. I was tired before I started this broadcast. I'm even more tired now. And so look, Bobby is saying, I'm from Philly too. Nah, if he was admit that Zim would, and you know what I'm saying? Come on. Come on. Come on. You know, I won't even read that out loud. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we got to be careful out here. Oh. Oh, Positive is saying, what are the benefits of marriage for BW? We birth the children, cook, clean, work, uplift our husband. And when the day has ended, what do we get? A malfunctioning penis in a man who can't please us. Lord, child, you speaking like you talking from some personal experience. All right, listen, go ahead and start putting in your final comments now. I wasn't expecting to be on here this long. Put your final comments up and let's go. Omega says, I was going to go live, but this was more than enough. Child, this was too much. This was too much. Oh, gosh. Let's get out of here. Go ahead and say your goodbyes. Oh, wait. DS says, brokenness is not an aphrodisiac. I can say that again. Oh, Newbie's sending me some positive energy. Yeah, you know what? After this, I'm just going to lay down and just relax. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay down and relax. I hope you all have done your early voting and got that out of the way so that you don't have to be out here fighting in these streets. And then we got Zan, who is on Periscope. Thank you for coming in. We don't get a big crowd from Periscope, so I appreciate you coming through. And so Zan has said, I've inspired her to discuss this. Alyssa saying, thank you for taking my call. Tanya, you're welcome. All right, so first person to say bye is LaFay. Then we have Bobby. Good night, Annette. Good night, Shark. I'm saying good night to the first 10 or 20 people that write in good night. Oh, thank you for coming through, Zan. Oh, goodness. Shoya, thank you. Tiana, thank you. Somebody's saying they got wore out too. Rum and Coke and Tylenol. Tiffany is saying. Tiffany was participating a lot in the comments. So thank you, Tiffany, for keeping the comments flowing. Thank you. Thank you all for working with me through these growing pains. You know, thank you. You know what? I'll say this. One of the greatest things that my father did when I was young, one of the greatest things that he did was we would ask him what a word meant, and he would tell us to look it up in the dictionary. And we'd be like, how are we going to look up a word in the dictionary and we don't know how it's spelled? And my father challenged us that even if we didn't know how it was spelled, to look it up until we figured out how it was spelled. So if we're going to talk about filibuster, how many different ways can you make the word, the sound in the English language? The only two ways that I know of is an F and a PH. That's right. F and PH, those are the only two ways that I know of. So if you look under filibuster, and for those of you out there who are parents, don't tell your children don't tell your children what these words mean. Make them look it up in the dictionary and make them try different ways. Because it instills something inside of them, you know, so that you don't exactly figure it out. Exactly. Good night, Patty. Good night. John is saying, my mom used to do that too. Shark used to do that. Yes, exactly. Oh, Shark is going to go clean the hard dust in her house. My back is hurting. Everything is hurting. Ivana, good night. Oh, Ivana's saying, it seems this is the same conversation about frustration with BM. I get it. You know, and listen, the thing is, it's like, you know what? And so, Ivana, I'm going to say this to you because of what you called in with, right? And I get this from people, right? I get this from people. right? So out here in these dating streets, I have come into contact with some effery very few times. For the most part, my relationships are amazing relationships. One of the things that stops me from long-term union is I know what I want my life to be like. And even if a person is an amazing person, I'm just not, I cannot, no religious people none. I cannot mate with a religious person. I don't care how amazing, how great they are and all of that. So there are things about a person's, who it is that person is. You know what I mean? So in my personal life, you know, look, there's so much. I am nomadic. I have a nomadic spirit, a nomadic soul, and I like to be out on the open road. And I'm also vegetarian, and I'm spiritual, non-religious, and all these things, right? So like the relationships that I have with men, I have great interactions with men. I love men. You know, I know that there are amazing men out there, but I cannot discount what's going on in 70% of these households. I can't discount all of these single mother homes. I can't discount these things that are, what is the word, pandemic? I can't think of the word. I think pandemic might be the right word, but these things that are going on in all of these households, like these things exist and they are real. And there's a reason why these things happen. And these are the things that I talk about in my video. I don't speak from my personal experience. This is why I use viral videos, because these are videos that are resonating with so many people that they're sharing these videos around, and there are real life people who are dealing with these things. One of the things that I don't want us to get caught up in is I don't want us to get caught up in thinking that anecdotal evidence is evidence, right? I'll say this, right? I'll say this. Over the weekend, some of you were there on my live broadcast. I got into an argument with another vlogger on Instagram, right? And this vlogger hung up on me. And then the vlogger, while I was on my own broadcast, reached out to me and was like, oh, you know, I just wanted to check in and see if we were all right, even though this person had hung up on me. And then he decided to come onto my broadcast. And when he came onto my broadcast, this man was in perfect behavior when he came onto my broadcast. And part of the reason is I have my own platform. When he came onto my platform, there was none of that, oh, I'm beating my chest, I'm a man, I'm swinging my balls at you. It was none of that, right? He was respectful and he was playful and he was all of those things on my broadcast because I have a broadcast, right? The way that a man treats you when he knows that you can do better, when he knows that there's a Papa Bear waiting in the balance, when he knows that you have your own money, the way that a man treats you when he knows that these things exist is indicative of what exists in that unique situation. But that doesn't mean that that same man won't show his damn ass to someone else. And so do I take pride and pleasure in a man knowing his goddamn place when he's speaking to me? Or do I think it's problematic that this mother effer is out there smearing his ass on the ground or showing his hole to many other women out there? Personally, I go from the societal standpoint. It's not about how you treat me, because you know I don't need you because I got my own money. I was raised in a 2-parent house. So it's not about how you treat me, because you know that I can leave you in the dust. You know, it's like, how do you treat, listen, there was a guy, I told you all about how my near miss with a man who was abusive. He was telling me some story about some woman he punched in the face. I heard this story. I said, hold up. My stomach had dropped. You know, sometimes you listen to a thing and you could feel your whole, like you know, that ride that they have in the amusement park when the floor drops down and you're stuck against a wall. He told me this story how she threw a knife at him and he said he punched her in the face and my stomach dropped. He said he punched her in the face. I said, hold up. Now, I know for a mother effing fact that he would not try some foolishness like that with me because we got Papa Knockout in the house. Though none of my siblings engage in no violent relationships over in this mother effer. I don't know how it goes down in other people's house. It ain't going down like that over here, right? I don't want to be hit. My father don't want me to be hit. My brothers don't want me to be hit. And nobody over here gets hit. No one. No, when my self-esteem is where it is that it needs to be, that when people try to attempt to break me down, because it happens slowly, it happens with that talking. They talk all this good talk and get you roped into this fantasy. Then the next thing you know, they start trying to chip away at your esteem because they need you to be on a level so that when they start enacting their effery onto you, that you've already been chipped down into this area. That's how it all starts, right? But even though I knew that this man would never try no foolishness like me, the mere fact that this man had raised his black ass hand at a woman and hit her in her beautiful face, a woman's face. How do you take a big man hand, your big dry ass knuckles, and hit a woman in her beautiful face? How does anybody do that? Like, if you got to get away from a knife and you got to swipe a person away and get out the door, that's another thing. But how do you take your big, ashy, hairy ass man knuckles and hit a woman in her beautiful face? How do you do that? How do you feel good about yourself living on this earth after that? How do you not take yourself into immediate therapy, maybe even commit yourself to a damn ward after something like that? And he was telling me this story, and he, I guess, you know, I was supposed to feel special because I was a special type of woman. I was the special type of woman. He hit that other woman because that other woman had some sort of issues. No, you hit that woman because you have issues. Simple as that. Simple as that. And these men will gas you, especially when you're young. They'll pump your head up full of all this stuff that you don't know because you're young and you're bubble-headed. I don't want to insult people, but when you're young, your head is kind of filled with bubbles. And you just don't know. Listen, when I was young, I knew my head was not all the way screwed on tight. I was still trying to figure out who the hell I was. So don't take offense to this. Because you're young and you're floaty and you're flighty and you're flitting around like, and you just, you don't really know no better. And they gas your head up. It's not good enough that they act a certain way when they're on their best damn behavior, because when all is said and done, the truth will come out. They will show their ass eventually because that is their programming. It's like any program. Years ago, I had a friend who had scripts, and the script would perform functions on his computer. He programmed the script to perform a function. That is all that the script could do because that was the program. When a person is programmed and wired for a certain type of abuse, it doesn't matter how beautiful you are. It doesn't matter how jovial you are. It doesn't matter how bubbly or bubble-headed you are. Sooner or later, the program exists because the program was programmed. And if he is not going to therapy and change the program from the inside, the program still exists. So don't go out there and get tricked listening to these men talking slick, talking these flowery words, talking this sweet talk, talking this, all the things that you've wanted to hear, all the storybook fantasies that you want to hear. I'm here for you. I will do anything that you need me to do. Test them on that. Tell them that you need them to clip your toenails and paint them. I will do anything that you need me to do. I need you to do that. The moment you start saying that, then all of a sudden it's a problem. The moment you ask for a Birkin bag, then that's a problem too, then, right? They know them damn Birkin freaking fact these people talking about. Good night, everyone. I'm really out of here now. We talked the whole night and I wasn't expecting that. Good night, everybody. Tanya TKO, and I'm out. My book will be back on the shelves soon. And I'm also working on a game. The game is called Are You the One for Me? And in this game, these are intensive questions posed as just another ordinary question game. But these questions are really there to determine flaws in personality, red flags, character flaws, and lifestyle mismatches. to see, or the other way around, lifestyle matches, goals and values, to see whether or not you all are the right ones for one another. Good night, Crystal. Good night, everybody. 1717. Thank you all for coming through. I appreciate all of the love. Peace.